Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome into the Pro Football Chase podcast. It's Isaac Saenz with you. Joining the podcast today is USF running back Jordan Cronkrite. Cronkrite finished 8th on the Bulls' career rushing chart with 1,800 plus yards while playing in just 22 games and making 20 starts. He also logged 13 touchdown runs during his USF career. Jordan, thanks for joining me. How are you doing today?
Thanks for having me. I'm doing pretty well myself. How about you?
Doing well, man. Continuing to get these draft interviews on and looking forward to chatting with you, Jordan. Now, you were a 4-star recruit coming out of Westminster Christian High School and signed to play for the Florida Gators initially. Then you opted to transfer to USF after 2 seasons in Gainesville. What went into your decision to join the Bulls?
Well, after I made the decision to leave the University of Florida, USF was one of the first schools to reach out to me, and then I knew some of the players that were current there at the time, and I went on a visit, and it just made it feel like it was a good situation for me, and I felt comfortable there.
How did you enjoy playing for Charlie Strong? We know he has a background. He spent some time there at Texas, and he's a big-time players coach. How did you like playing for him, and what did you learn from him?
I enjoyed every moment playing for him. Especially my first year, I wasn't able to play, but being able to sit back and see how he was and adjust to him as a player-coach relationship, and then being able to actually play and see what he was like me as an actual player, like contributing to the team. And it was an awesome experience.
As you just mentioned, you sat out the entire 2017 season due to NCAA transfer rules, and then right after that, you posted the 9th 1,000-yard rushing season in program history for USF. You were the 5th player to do so with 1,121 yards on 184 attempts and a team leading 9 touchdown runs in 12 games and 11 starts. What factors played into your productive first season at USF?
It was just a team effort, especially on my side of the ball. Just everybody was clicking through that season, and obviously we had our ups and downs during that year, but everything was going pretty well, and everything going smoothly from every position just ultimately helped me achieve those stats.
Now, Jordan, in 2019, you once again led USF with 687 yards rushing with a 5.1 yards per carry average, 4 rushing touchdowns to go along with 15 receptions for 134 yards. You posted 3 100-yard rushing games on the year. I know you dealt with an injury towards the end of the season and missed the final games of the season, but looking back on your film, how would you grade your performance?
I was dealing, coming back from surgery that I had in the spring. I was a little bit rushed coming back. So I had a groin injury most of the season, and then obviously the one everybody knows that I had Cincinnati game. I don't ever use that as an excuse. I played through it. Obviously I could have done a whole lot better. I feel like me being a leader on the team, I put it all on my shoulders, win, lose, or draw. I feel like I could have played better, but things happen. And then I laid it all on the line for my team every game, regardless.
At 5'11", 200 plus pounds, what skills set you apart from other running backs in this year's draft class?
I feel like I can do it all. I feel like I catch with the best of them out of the backfield. I feel like I can run with the best of them. All I need is an opportunity just to get the ball, get going, and I feel like my God-given ability lets me take over from there.
Now, Jordan, was there a particular NFL running back that you like watching to enhance your knowledge of the game and the position of running back?
If there was anybody, it was definitely Adrian Peterson. I started watching him because I was playing other sports when I first started playing football, and then I switched to basketball and football. Then it just became football in high school, and then I was just watching Adrian Peterson, just like how he studied film and definitely how hard he applied all that to the field. And it's crazy because I had a conversation with him maybe a couple months ago. I think it was during Super Bowl weekend. I was in a gas station and then he walked in and then he was just teaching me about just about the mental aspect of the game, and it's more mental than physical, and being able to like hone in on what you have to do and just be mentally strong and strong minded, and like your body will just take over on its own. So I definitely learned like a lot from him.
The game of football is definitely more mental than physical, and that is a perfect segue to my next question, Jordan. How efficient are you in the film room?
Um, I live in there. I mean, at USF, even at UF, I was in there Monday through Sunday. Whenever I got the chance, whenever I had some free time. I mean, I wouldn't go home. I would just go, like, not to my apartment. I would just go to the film room and spend my time in there and try to gain an advantage as best as I could. Because, I mean, yeah, practices are long, but that's not enough time to try to figure out who it is that you're playing, and you have to be able to see things before that you physically do it. So,
Pass blocking is a vital way to stay on the field in the NFL. With that said, how comfortable are you with your pass blocking technique right now?
I'm 100% confident in myself and pass blocking. Not to say it like that, but definitely at UF, obviously things didn't go how I would have wanted them to there, but I definitely was able to learn a bunch of techniques on pass protection there and be able to use that at USF.
Do you believe you're capable of thriving in any NFL offensive system?
I do. I feel like whatever team that I'm fortunate enough to go to, that they'll have a guy who can do whatever it is that's asked of him. Whether it's running, blocking, catching, whatever it is, throw the ball, whatever it is, I'm willing to do that. It doesn't matter what name is on the helmet or on the jersey.
You had your own pro day last week and you posted a blazing 4.3440, which would have ranked third at this year's combine behind Alabama's Henry Ruggs III and Utah's Javelin Guidry, and would have led all running backs, by the way, who participated up in Indianapolis. Let's also talk about your 20-yard shuttle time of 4.03 that would have tied Baylor's JaMychal Hasty for tops at the combine. You put up 19 reps on bench press. What type of statement are you hoping to make with those numbers?
Um, just that I'm a guy that it doesn't matter that I went from one school to another. Like football is football, wherever it is. Doesn't matter the conference who you play. Like if you play ball, you play ball. Like I just was trying to go out and prove that I'm just one of those guys. Like we've been working my tail off for God knows how long, and I was just trying to go out there and just be myself.
How can you be a contributor on special teams, Jordan? We know that's another avenue that can get rookie running backs on the field relatively early into the season. What can you do in that aspect?
I was lucky enough to play special teams at UF. I played kickoff, kick return. I was on punt. I was also on punt block, so I was able to get a lot of reps with that early on in my college career. And then at USF, even though I was only on hands team and punt return and punt. They didn't really use me in anything other else in special teams just because of numbers reasons. But I was able to get a lot of experience, definitely in practice and things like that.
Who have you been training with this offseason?
I've been training. Well, I was training with Pete Bomeritos down in Aventura, Florida, and then that was for like my pro day training and stuff like that. Then towards the end of my training, I guess this was like maybe 2 weeks before the whole quarantine corona stuff happened. Then I started training with Torrance Seymour. He trains at Stunners Fitness down in Miami, like down south Miami.
And lastly, Jordan, what is your message to NFL scouts that are still wanting to learn more about your character and dedication to the game?
I mean, you can ask anybody about me, like coaches, players, anybody who like knows of me, that I'm just fully dedicated to the game and making myself better as a player, helping other people and becoming a better man, like day in and day out. And you'll get what you hear is what you get, what you see is what you get from me. And like there's no issues off the field or anything like that. So I'm just a guy who loves football and does the right thing all the time.
Well, Jordan, I appreciate you taking the time to join the podcast today, man. I wish you the best as you continue your preparations for the upcoming NFL draft. Take care and God bless.
Thank you.